Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Luke Sports Weekly Short. And today, either than not ding dong ditching or anything else, we're going to learn a song. And today, we're going to learn the classic piano riff of Carry On Wayward Son. Here we go. So you get the idea. So, let's get to it. So let's start with the right hand. The right hand is set on E, C, and A. So, at the beginning, you go like this. So, to begin the part, it goes like da 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 da, you know. So, you start with E and A. And you go like na. So, the first part is this. So, it's technically like, but, alright, next part is, after you do that, and then you start again with this. So, if you heard it when I played it, you heard. So, after you do that, you go down to this G, you play this B note. So, the first two parts are this. Okay? So practice those two first, and then the third part of that riff is E and F, down here. So, first part goes like this. And then you press this A right here. So, that third part, after this, you just hit that, and then you go down to D up here, from E, you go to D, and you go to G, and you press a B note. So the first part, you should go like this. And then you play it again. Get the idea? So, if you didn't get that, pause the video and go back so you can hear it. Hey, let's go to the left hand now. The left hand will sound something like this, and it is an octave above middle C. So it'll go to the next C above middle C. So the left hand part will go a bit like this. So technically, when you're doing that stuff on the right hand, you set up in the same exact place as the right hand when you go like that. Okay? So you set it up in the octave above middle C, and your middle finger should be on the C above middle C. So, here's the first part. So, you hit A, C, E, C. So, technically, here's what you're playing. So you're going up, and you're coming back down. So technically like this on your fingers. If you want to practice that, practice it with your fingers. So, here's what you play. A, C, E, C, G, B, D, B, F, A, C, A, then you do that again. So, the first part of that is A, C, E, C, so just to make sure you guys have the fingering right, you go from your thumb on E and your pinky on A. So, here's the first part. It's one of the simplest piano riffs you can learn. Alright, so the entire thing should look like this. So, you got your hand set up here. That's the right hand, and here's the left hand. And then on the second part, you just go back to that. Here's the first two parts. So you see here that you start on the E right here on my right hand, and then you start right here. This is the E. E's you start with, but above middle C over here. So here's what it should sound like. Okay, so on the first part, you play these two notes together, the A and the E, and then you play the A right here. Okay, so the first notes you play. Whoops, you play this. Should sound like that. These two right here. The E and the A. All right. So on the first ones, and on the second notes, you play C and C. Alright, C and C. So the first two notes should sound like this. Okay, so the third note are these two, the E and the A. So the first three should sound like this. So it's technically you going this way. It's technically going this way. But on the first two notes of this, you play that E and that A. So it should sound like this. Alright, so there are four parts you have to, there are four parts you have to learn for that. There is this part. You got those three down, good job. And on the fourth one, you play this E and this C. So it's just like you going like this. Try to scoot the camera over. You go like. So the first four parts sound like this. So at the same time you play this E and this C. So on the fourth part, on the entire four parts, you play this. So, first four parts for you. Here you go. Right, on the second part, you switch to this, like we learned earlier. If you don't know that, skip behind the video. And then you go down to here where this is G, B, and D. So the second part, keep your pinky on the upper E, move it down to the G. So Second part sounds like this. So, on the first part, you wait until you wait for these two to hit. So, when your thumb hits the D right here, you hit the B right here. So, alright? So the first part should sound like this. And then on the third part, you still keep your pinky up on the E right here, and move it down to F. Alright? And on the third part of that piano, you move your pinky down to here, to this low F right here, just above middle C. Alright, so here's the third part. Alright, so it's technically the same thing. You wait for these two to hit, and when you hit this C right here, you also hit this A right here. So, first three parts should sound like this. And on the fourth part, you finally move your pinky down to this D, and you play this chord. You play these two, and you play this. Part of that G chord. Alright? And on the fourth part, you move your hand up to here, the same exact position. Fourth part, same thing. Wait for these two, and then when this hits up here, you hit that B right there. So. Then you go back to the beginning. Play it one more time. And on the end of that, when you play this note, you hold that note. Alright? You hold this B. So, the entire thing should sound like this. I'm going to speed it up for you. Alright? So, here's how the entire thing should sound. And next week, or in 2 weeks, I'm going to show you the second part, which sounds like this. I'm going to play the first part we play today. So I'm going to play the entire riff for you. Alright? Enjoy. And that is the classic Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas, written in '77. So, yeah, that's all I have for you today. Click right here if you didn't see my last Luke Sports Weekly short, and watch in 2 weeks when you see the second part of Carry On Wayward Son. Alright, see you guys. All right. Perfect. Now I can play that crappy song. Alright, let me get set up here. Oh yeah.
I've been thinking it's about time